Hello everyone. In this session, let us understand how to create the random numbers using the random class. So we have a class called as random in Java, which can help us creating the random inputs, random numbers. So let's create the object of random class. It is random. Say R1 is equal to new random. And this class is from java.util. So we need to import it. And let us say we want to create 100 random numbers using this R1 object. So let's create a for loop. Int I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 100, and I plus plus. And let us display the output. So R1 dot, there is something called as next int. Now let us say I want to create the random numbers in between 0 and 1000. 0 and 1000. Then all we need to do is provide this 1000 over here, and then it will generate the random numbers which are greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1000, which are greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1000. So let us run this program and take a look at the output over here. So we see the outputs in between 0 and less than 1000. Let us say I want to create the random numbers in between 0 and 100. So simply put 100 over here, and then we'll get all 2-digit random numbers generated. Now what if I want to use this random class to generate the numbers in between 1000 to 10,000? 1000 to 10,000. So the way it will work is we will generate the random numbers in between 0 and 9,000, and then after those are generated, we will just add 1000 at the end. So what this thing will do is this particular r1.nextInt will generate the random numbers which are greater than or equal to 0 and less than 9,000, and then we will add 1000 to it. So if it generates 0, then 0 plus 1000 will be 1000. So the least number that it can generate is 1000, and at the max it will be 10,000. So when we run this program, you will see the numbers now getting generated in between 1000 and 10,000. So you can use this particular class to generate the numbers in between any ranges by using this trick. You know, we saw the math class in the same section, and I had told you that math classes math.random method also can be used to do something similar. So let us see how random method can help us doing the same thing. So we have something called as math.random that generates the random numbers in between 0 and 1. So the number can be greater than or equal to 0.0, and it is always less than 1. Now what we'll do is we'll just multiply this particular number that is getting generated in with, say, 1000. So what it will do, when you multiply it with 1000, then it will generate the numbers in between 0 and 1000. It can be 0 and it will be less than 1000. So when you display this thing in the output, very similar to math class, only thing is we need to cast it to integer, because the random number over here they are generated are double. So when we multiply it, the multiplication we need to cast it to integer. So if I want to cast it to integer, I simply need to put this int over here. When you put int in the small brackets before this resultant output of the multiplication, then the output will cast to int. Now in this case, when you run this program, you will see the numbers in between 0 and 1000. Now you can do the same thing. Say if you want to use this math.random to generate the numbers in between 10,000 to 50,000. So what you will do, you will multiply it with 40,000, and then the resultant you will add 10,000 over here. So the minimum number that will be generated will be 0 to 40,000, and we will always add 10,000 to it. So the minimum number becomes 10,000, and then maximum number becomes 50,000. So in this case, when we run this program, this is going to generate the random numbers in between 10,000 to 50,000. So likewise, you can create the numbers in between any range. So you use the random class or you use the math.random method. It's one and the same. Okay, so this is about random class. Very easy. Thank you so much.